All right, and with that, I want to officially welcome every single one of you guys to our Wednesday night overview. I want to welcome in our Facebook audience, whether you're here live or on the recording. This is the one place you want to tune into every single week. Tonight, we're going to be talking about how we're bringing the Netflix model to the travel industry, the single largest industry in the world. We are doing things in travel that no company has ever done before. I believe that documentation beats conversation. I'm going to back up all of those statements here throughout the presentation. That is the great thing about our company. Everything that we're going to share with you tonight is verifiable. You can go find out. It's either true or it's not true. We do these live pricing demonstrations throughout the week. We had one last night. We'll have one again on Saturday where we open up Expedia. We open up our site. We go side by side and you can see it with your own eyes. Not if, not maybe. We are doing things in travel that have never been done before. And tonight, part of my job is not just to show you what those things are and how much money you can save. You can save 40, 50, 60, 70% on travel. Yes, I said 70% on travel. Not if, not maybe. We can prove that. We can document that. But it's also to help you understand why that is. Helping you understand the travel industry. There's huge markup in travel. Most people did not know that. They didn't know that two companies control the entire space, that they have huge markup. They're making billions and billions. We're bringing a brand new model that shows consumers how to save an absolute fortune. So we're going to get into all of those details. Now, for those of you that I have not previously met, my name is Todd. I'm broadcasting from Southern California. I'm about 1 hour north of San Diego. And for my wife, Jean, and I, this has just been one of those unbelievable, breathtaking, pinch yourself kind of experiences. Now, we got involved in the company partly because we had a daughter that played college softball. In fact, she set the home run record at her college with that ball right there. So I keep that one on my desk, as you can imagine. As you look around my office, right, you can look back over there. You see some softballs. There's one back over there. There's one there on top of the bookshelf, right? These are her various home run balls and different tournaments and things of that nature. Well, because we're trying to go to all her college games. We're living in hotels. We're living and rental cars. Well, this is getting expensive. And so we were open to the idea of saving money on travel. Well, I've known the owner of the company since 1998. I live in the same town as the owner. And he's one of the most successful businessmen in our entire community. He was a finalist for Entrepreneur of the Year. I mean, everyone in town knows this guy. And so he's like, Todd, you got to try my travel product. You can book travel without all of the artificial markup from all of those other guys. You can book travel at the travel agent rate. I'm like, okay, whatever that means, I'll try it. And sure enough, we were booking stuff 50% off, sometimes 70% off, sometimes only 30, but we were saving a bloody fortune. Well, as some of the other sports parents, saw the rate we were paying versus the rate they were paying, they were like, wait a minute, how'd you get that rate? It's this travel thing we joined. What travel thing and how do we join, right? And so next thing you know, we told a few who told a few who told a few, and it just begins to spread all over the world. And what began as a way to save money on travel has now turned into a 7-figure business. And guys, we are everyday, normal, average, just trying to pay the bills kind of people. My wife managed a Kohl's department store for 20 years. And so, it wasn't until a couple of years ago when our income from this became 10 times what she was making as a manager at the Kohl's department store that she quit her job. And today all we do is we travel, vacation, have fun. And it seems like the more fun we have, the more money we make. And so I'm going to again walk you through the details of how all that is and what came to be and who the company is and all those other kind of things. Now, number one, that is a picture of our home office in Southern California. We also happen to have a satellite office in Madrid, Spain. The company has customer service in multiple languages. We just began our 12th year in business this very month of March. We have paid out millions and millions and millions in commissions all around the globe. Again, we're in 64 countries. The paychecks go out on time, every time, as they have for the past 11 years. Our CEO and founder, as I mentioned a moment ago, was a finalist for Entrepreneur of the Year. And again, we do 3 things as a company. One, we show people how they can book at the travel agent rate, how to book without all of the artificial markup. I'm going to show you the specific details in 2 seconds. Number 2, We show you how you can earn travel points so that you can take vacations for virtually nothing. You can earn your travel by simply referring 3 people to our membership. You can go on a vacation once every 6 to 7 months, a 4 and 5-star vacation, no blackout dates, no contracts, none of that kind of stuff. You're going to go on amazing places all over the world, all because I told 3 people how to legitimately save huge money on travel. And we do these live pricing demonstrations throughout the week. We have Zooms like this. You simply invite people here and they're like, I never would have believed it if I wasn't seeing it with my own eyes, but yes, this is incredible. Sign me up. And once you get 3, guess what? You're going on vacations for virtually nothing. And then number 3, if you so choose, you can partner with the company and you can turn passion into profit, fun into fortune, and you can earn money from home, showing others how to save money on travel. Now, the travel industry happens to be the single largest industry in the world. Nothing comes close. This industry is twice the size as the oil industry. And oh, by the way, this is Bloomberg Finance on the screen. This article came out August 21st, 2023. They said this represents travel is going to grow to 15.5 trillion. This is a 50% increase. It's currently at 10 trillion. It's going to go from 10 trillion to 15.5 trillion in the next 9 years alone. It will represent you see that here in red, 11.6% of the global economy. Out of every $100 that's spent in the economy, $11.60 goes toward travel. Why? It's the one thing everybody wants to do. You can ask 100 people, if you had all the time, all the money in the world, what would you do? Number 1 answer, I travel. If you were to ask people about their bucket list, the list of things you want to do before I die, right? 3 very important words. Before I die, here are the things I want to accomplish in life. Well, on that list, you're going to see all these travel destinations. And then you can ask people, well, if these are your dreams, why don't you go? And the answer is always the same. Well, because I can't afford it. What if I could show you how to afford it? Not maybe someday, right now. This very moment, you can go on those dream trips because you can book it for up to 70% off, or you can refer 3 people and go for virtually nothing. Now, we save people money in all the usual arenas, whether it be hotels, resorts, rental cars, cruises, excursions, activities, movie tickets, show tickets, dining, shopping, you name it. Again, I got a good friend, Norm and Annette. Their friend saved $1,800 on their cowboy tickets. Alicia Davis saved $1,500 on her Beyonce tickets. My wife and I save a fortune on our movie tickets. And again, there's all kinds of ways, a myriad of ways that you're going to save a fortune with our company. Now, the dirty secret in the travel business, the thing that almost nobody seems to know, is the fact that 2 companies control the entire space. It's Booking Holdings, which is really Priceline, and Expedia. Those 2 companies own every single travel site you can think of. Now, as I've told you before, I believe that documentation beats conversation. So rather than take my word for it, I'm going to have you listen to NBC News investigative reports.
If you go to online travel sites and scour them looking for the best hotel deal, you may be actually wasting your time.
NBC4 consumer investigator Randy Mack is here to explain how that works.
That's right. There's a reason these deals look similar. And the problem is that these third-party sites often fall under the umbrella of 1 or 2 companies. So while you think you're searching for multiple companies looking for the very best deal, every deal you're considering may actually be from the same company. Many savvy travelers look for the best hotel deals online.
I usually look at sites that kind of claim to have the best deals.
It seems like there's a lot of competition.
I've used Expedia, Trivago, there's Booking.com.
Always looking for a bargain. I like to see the red numbers that make you think like you're getting a good deal.
But that may not be the case.
Almost all those sites are owned by 1 of 2 companies.
According to the nonprofit Consumer's Checkbook, Expedia and Booking Holdings owns 95% of third-party booking sites. That means shopping around may be a waste of time, and Checkbook says calling the hotel directly won't land you a better deal. They're hesitant to undercut the booking sites.
So that very last line there, guys, calling the hotel directly isn't going to help you either. Why? Because all of the hotels get all of their business from the same 2 websites. So if you undercut our price, we'll just kick you off our platform enjoy bankruptcy. Nobody's going to undercut Expedia and Priceline. So here's how the travel business works. You see that place right there in the Maldives? By the way, I will be there in exactly 1 month and 1 week. My wife and I we're going to Kazakhstan, then we're going to Dubai, then we're going to the Maldives, then we're going to Singapore. I will be there in about 5 weeks. But anyway, my middle daughter wanted to take her honeymoon there. And on Expedia's website, it was 10 grand. On our site, same room, same date, same everything, 6 grand. Now, every once in a while, people say, wait a minute, hold on. How did you guys get a better rate than Expedia? To which I reply, we don't have a better rate than Expedia. $6,000 is the rate. Expedia chose to mark it up to 10 grand. Then they chose to buy up every travel site you can think of. So when you price shop, all you see is 10 grand. And if you call the hotel directly, they don't dare undercut Expedia. They'll be like, yeah, 10 grand, that's the rate. When the actual rate is 6 grand. Now you know how the travel business works. If you want further proof of that, all you have to do is Google the top 10 internet companies in the world. Amazon, Google, Facebook, Alibaba, eBay, Netflix. What do you know? Priceline and Expedia. Now remember, they do not own anything travel related. They don't own a hotel. They don't have a car rental agency. How are they making billions and billions and billions, just like Amazon, Google, and Facebook? Oh yeah, because they own a monopoly. And when you get rid of that monopoly, you can book the Crystal Cancun Resort you see here on the screen for $11.48 instead of $17.97. You just saved about $100 a night. Maybe you want to go to the Paradise Point Hotel in San Diego, California. Instead of $13.07, how about $6.65? Guys, this is in 3 nights. You're saving $213 a night. Remember, we're not $213 cheaper. They have the same rate as we do. They decided to make $213 a night on your booking. And that's how they're paying for all those commercials you see on television. Who do you think's paying for the Captain Kirk, the Priceline negotiator? I mean, where do you think that money comes from? And at some level, I hope this offends you. And because a lot of moms and dads save up their money all year long, dreaming of taking their kids to a place like San Diego. Man, we'll go to the beach. We'll go to the zoo. We'll go to SeaWorld. Mama goes, we ain't going anywhere. Why? I got some internet site jacking the rate up. We can't afford it. Guys, all of that changes. No more. No mas. We are bringing the Netflix model to the travel industry. Now, when you think about Netflix, they do not make money selling movies. They make money selling a membership that allows you to watch an unlimited number of movies. Guys, as a company, we don't make money selling travel. We make money selling a membership that allows you to book travel with no markup so that you can book travel for 40, 50, 60, 70% less. And now, if you're somebody who travels once every 2 years and you have no interest in making money, we're not for you. You're probably better off booking at Expedia. But if you're somebody who either wants to make money or two, yes, I do travel once a year or twice a year or more, we're going to save you a bloody fortune, not if, not maybe. And so to give you guys a side-by-side comparison, now I had to black out the name of the hotel because when we're recording in a public forum, when you're streaming to YouTube or Facebook or recording in any way, shape, or form, we are not allowed to say the price and the name of the hotel at the exact same time. The big boys have gone to great lengths to protect their monopoly, right? We get our everything canceled if we put the pricing, what's called in the public domain, which we're streaming to Facebook right now. That's the public domain. But you can see on the screen, it's clearly the exact same place, right? Same thing at the end of the bed. Got the bathtub there, got the bathtub there, got this thing, whatever that is behind the bed right there. Same place. You can tell that, okay? One king bed, high floor. You can see over here, one king bed, high floor, right? Guys, exact same everything. You can see this is Expedia's website. This is our website. Expedia, by the way, looking out for you. They got a 35% off, right? A lot of moms and dads, honey, you're not going to believe it. 35% off. Get the credit card quick. Expedia is making you believe this is a great deal. And so you can come over here, and because it's 35% off, I'm only going to pay $154. Wow, I love Expedia. They're so great. The truth is, the real price was $38.71. That is the real price. I mean, guys, we are 72% less in this one example. So we have 13 wholesale feeds that come into our travel site. Okay. We have all the major wholesale providers. And when you see this price right here, the 137 with the line through it, that is an aggregate of all of the different retail sites. So we just say, hey, based on all the prices they're charging, the average price between all 13 is 137.38. Now, in this particular case, you can see Expedia 154 is a little higher than the normal average. Sometimes they're a little less than the normal average. Okay. So this 72% off you see right here, this big red number, we get my mouse to work, this big 72% right here. What that is that based on the retail price, the average versus our price, this is where that number came from. Now, in this case, we'd actually be more like 75 or 76% less because Expedia is charging 154, not 137. But when you see this big red number right here, that's where that number comes from. It's what the average price is out there in the marketplace compared to what we're charging. So let me change the screen real quick. This is a place in Miami Beach. The average price, $6,500. Our price, $1,133. We are 83% less. This place right here in Las Vegas, by the way, you see the big black bar through here? I'm blacking out the name. However, many of you probably recognize the place in Las Vegas. It's one of the most famous hotels in the entire strip. It's got the water with the gondolas. You can probably figure it out from there, right? I mean, if you go pull it up on Expedia's site, it's $3,900. Our site, $1,772. We are 55% less. Over here, 67% less. Oops. What happened there? And we skipped slides. This one, 64% less, 66% less, 57% less. I mean, guys, we can sit here and do this all day. We're bringing a brand new model to the travel industry, and it's saving consumers a fortune, and it's long overdue. Now, as good as all of that is not what made us big. What made us big is what I'm about to show you next. It is our Dreamcation platform. And this is where we can show anybody, anywhere, any budget, how to have a 4- and 5-star vacation every single year. Now, I'm going to show this to you from our platinum perspective. That's our #1 seller. And when you're platinum, what it means is I'm getting a 4- and 5-star vacation once every 6 to 7 months. Okay. Now, here are the kind of vacations that you're going to become accustomed to. You want to go to the Canary Islands. By the way, these are just like the Hawaiian Islands, but rather than being in the middle of the Pacific Ocean like Hawaii, these are in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. They're owned by Spain. They're off the northern coast of Africa. It's absolutely gorgeous there. My wife and I were there a little bit over a year ago. Absolutely amazing. I mean, you're like, oh my gosh, this is incredible. You can go here for 7 nights, 8 days for nothing. You just trade in your points and go. Don't forget to send me a postcard. Maybe you'd rather go to a place outside of Disney. Want to take the kids to Disneyland? Well, this is a famous property. You would know the name in a heartbeat. If I was able to tell you, you'd be like, oh yeah, everybody knows them. They are synonymous with luxury. This is a famous property. You can come here and you're going to get the full kitchen, right? You got the full-size refrigerator. You got the stove. You got the knives. You got the spatula, coffee pot, toaster, island, dishwasher, all those kind of things, right? You got a dining room right here. You got a living room over here. You can't see it in the picture, but there's a flat screen TV, fireplace. You go to the bedroom. You got the jacuzzi tub over here, swimming pools, 10 minutes from Disney, 7 nights, 8 days, right? This place will sleep 4 people because the couch rolls out to a bed. So you got a separate bedroom, and then the couch rolls out to a bed. If you got the kids with you, they can sleep in the living room, and mom and dad will hang out in the bedroom. And you're going to be here 7 nights, 8 days for $10 a day after trading your points. It's $80 for 8 days. It's $10 a day after you trade in your points. And oh, by the way, if you tell 3 other people how they can save big time money on travel, you're not paying for your points. You're getting your points at no ongoing cost to you. You take your free points, you trade them in, and you are literally going on this vacation for $10 per day. Now, maybe you want a different place. By the way, in this particular example, you can see the date, June 2nd through June 9th. This is the 1-bedroom. It is $98. This is the 2-bedroom. This one is $200. And so again, we got these kind of places. You can see in the pictures, amazing places. There's over 450,000 rooms that are available. This is the place my wife and I went to. This is in Cabo San Lucas. Okay, guys, this is a 5-star property. It normally goes for $600 to $1,000 per night. We were here 7 nights, 8 days for nothing. We just traded in our points and went. That's my wife on the balcony. Hi, honey. So you can see that we are ocean front. Down here, this is the swim up bar. You're just seeing the backside of it, right? You got all the various swimming pools here, palm trees, amazing restaurants here. Up on the roof, they're going to have this infinity pool. It looks like it runs off the edge of the building. And behind you is the ocean. The selfies are out of this world. But again, guys, 7 nights, 8 days for absolutely nothing. We just traded in our points and went. And guys, we have these places all over the world. There's no lack of inventory. Whether you want to go to the United States, Mexico, Canada, Caribbean, Europe, Australia, South Pacific, South America, Central America, Asia, Africa, Middle East, right? Where do you want to go? Now, all of those menus open up. So for example, if you look at the third one from the left, you see it says Connecticut, we have places there. Delaware, we got places there. Florida, well, with Florida, we got a lot of places. The menu expands. We got Florida Disney. I mean, Disney's got its own section. Florida Other, Florida East Coast, Florida West Coast, Florida Panhandle. You know, we got them everywhere. Now, I went and did a search just for you guys because people always want to know, is there any lack? Is it hard to get a room? Are there any blackout dates? The answer is no. And there's no contracts. There's no penalties. There's no blackout dates. No, this is not a timeshare. No, you don't have to see any presentations. No, no, right? No to all those things. So over here, I did a search. You can see I did the search right here in Disney area alone. So this isn't the United States. This isn't the state of Florida. This is just the Disney area in Florida alone. I did the search for June the 1st, and there were 69 different places I could go, with the first one, by the way, being 100% off. I trade in my points, I go for free, right? And again, you're getting a vacation like that once every 6 to 7 months all over the world. Now, these are just the getaways, and there's over 450,000 weeks just in this section alone. But again, I will remind you, if you tell 3 other people how they can legitimately save big time money on travel, you can invite them to a presentation like this. You can invite them to one of our live pricing demonstrations, and where we open up Expedia, we open up our site, we go side by side, and people are like, oh my gosh, I thought you guys were full of crap. I never would have believed it if I didn't see it with my own eyes. And so I always encourage you guys to come there because seeing is believing. And so you tell 3 people, at that moment, you're no longer paying for the membership. You're no longer paying for the points. You trade those points in, you're going on vacations all over the world for virtually nothing. Now, in addition to the getaways, we also happen to have our world tours. Now, what's the difference? A getaway is typically 7 nights, 8 days. You get the studio, the 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom, 3 bathroom, full kitchen, living room. You're going to go there by yourself with your family and have a great time. Okay. Now, a world tour like this one here, Dubai. I will be here next month at this specific property. And there's going to be people there from all over the world from our company. I mean, when you're there, you're going to see the Travorium hats, the Travorium shirts everywhere, right? Well, you don't have to interact with the people. No one will know you're part of our company unless you tell them, okay? But for many people, oh my gosh, it's so cool. I'm meeting all of these people that are part of the Travorium family. I'm meeting like-minded people, people who like to travel, people who like to have fun. They like people. They're optimistic. They're people who want to improve themselves. They want to make money. I mean, these are people just like me. This is my tribe. These are my people. But you're going to meet people from all over the world. You're going to meet them from the Solomon Islands. Where's that even at? You're going to meet them from Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Papua New Guinea. You're going to meet people from Morocco, Belgium, France, London, people from Spain, people from Romania. You're going to meet people from Moldova. You're like, Moldova? Where's Moldova? Exactly. Where is that? It's a great conversation to have while you're eating the free breakfast every morning, right? You're going to meet people from Argentina, Peru, Brazil, people from the Philippines, people from Singapore, people from Canada, people from the United States. You're going to meet people from all over the world. And then by the time it's all said and done, you're going to walk away. And yes, you were in Dubai, which is unbelievable. Yes, you were at this 5-star property, incredible. Yes, you were there for 6 days for a total price of $49. Amazing. But when you leave, that is not the thing you're going to be talking about. The thing you're going to be talking about is all the amazing people you met from all over the world. And you're going to be, by the time you're leaving these properties, you're going to have some new friends, some people you're going to be hugging. I love you, man. And you're going to be exchanging information on WhatsApp and Instagram and Facebook. And you're going to create memories that last a lifetime. And you're going to create friendships that transcend continents. And guys, at the end of the day, you're going to realize it's the hardest part of our business to describe. But when you get to go to a world tour, you're going to come back and say, Todd, I heard you describe it. I thought I understood what you meant, but I didn't. Now I get it. I get it. That was epic. I was there with my family, which is incredible, but being there with all those other people was epic. Absolutely epic. When's the next trip? I cannot wait. This is unbelievable. You guys, this is something you cannot buy on Expedia. You cannot buy from booking.com, right? And so it's this incredible connection. And we have 8 to 9 of these types of trips every single month, right? I'm just going to walk you through some of the kinds of trips you can go on. This is Malaga, Spain. Guys, you eat breakfast there every morning, ocean front. You have an ocean front room. You are going to be there for 5 days. Your total price, $99 after you trade in your free platinum points. You want to go to Portugal. I mean, look at this picture. This is the kind of place that dignitaries, ambassadors, heads of state go to this kind of place. It is a 5-star property. They got a championship golf course there. You have an oceanfront room right on the ocean. You see this picture down here? That's a whole beach down there. You can go on the chairs down there and actually be on the beach. This is the golf course up in here. Of course, you got you can see the ocean from your room. Guys, you're here, for again 5 days for a total price of $99. I was in this place last week. This is Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. I was there. All the food, all the beverages, alcohol or otherwise, guys, $129. This is Las Vegas, Nevada. I mean, just look at this room. I mean, guys, this is a 5-star property. They just built the place a few years ago. They spent $4.5 billion building this 5-star resort. And you're going to be there for 5 days for $49. Guys, you can't go to the Roach Motel where they steal your towel for a single night for $49. But you can be in a 5-star 5 days for $49 when you embrace the Travorium concept. This is Venice, Italy. You want to go to the beaches of Hawaii, Crete, Greece. I mean, guys, that is your room. I mean, look at that. Who doesn't want to hang out there for 5 days? You want to go to Bordeaux, France? You want to go to Thailand? We've got them all over the world. I'm simply trying to give you a taste of the kinds of places, the kinds of vacations that you're going to become accustomed to. Now, we have 3 levels of membership. We have our small, we have our medium, and we have the one that pretty much everyone actually buys. Now, the small, it's $69 today, and then it's $52 per month starting 30 days from today. Now, what do I get for that? I'm getting to book at the travel agent rate. As an example, I was in Las Vegas, Nevada. I was there 3 weeks ago. I was at a hotel. I can't tell you the name, but it's named after one of the biggest cities in the world. It's one of the most famous hotels on the Strip. Okay, I mean, hello, you'll figure it out. I was there on Expedia site 460, on our site 178 in 3 nights. The entire year's worth of membership is paid for. Okay, my friend Alicia Davis saved $1,500 on her Beyonce tickets. That's about 3 years worth of membership. My buddy Norm, $1,800 on the Dallas Cowboy tickets, right? That's almost 4 years worth of membership in one transaction, right? You are going to save a multitude more than what it costs for the membership. Now, our medium membership, it's only $22 more per month. Now, for the $22, what am I getting? I'm getting travel points that are going to give me a 4- and 5-star vacation once every year. And I'm basically getting 50% off. So the pricing's not as good as what I showed you throughout the presentation, but you're still saving 50% compared to anything else. You're still saving tons of money. And then we have our platinum, our number one seller, the one that almost everybody does. It's $269 today. And then it's $135 per month starting 30 days from today. Now I get to book at the travel agent rate. I get the shopping, the dining, the entertainment, all those other kind of things. Plus I'm getting a 4- and 5-star vacation once every 6 to 7 months at the tier 1 pricing, like I showed you here throughout the presentation. And by the way, then I can also choose, in addition to the $269, if I want to become a partner. I want the ability to refer 3 people so that my memberships no longer cost me anything. I want the ability to make money. That is a $79 decision. You get the replicated website, you get the back office, the ID, the marketing videos, the tracking, the training, all those kind of things are done for you. And then, oh, by the way, if I go out and tell 3 people, what's this membership costing me on an ongoing basis? Nada, zip, zilch, goose egg, cero dinero. It translates in every language, right? Well, by the way, if you're working the business with an intention for a profit, you can tap into all of the home business tax deductions. Now, I'm going to let you can Google this. You can buy best-selling books on this. You should go see your local tax professional about this, but you're going to find out that you can save $500 to $600 a month in taxes. Well, if the membership only costs me $1,500 a year and I'm saving $6,000 a year in taxes, your own CPA is going to look at you and say, whose side are you on? I mean, you're saving 4 times as much in taxes as it even costs for the membership, and you're getting all the savings, the shopping, the dining, you're booking at the wholesale rate, you're getting 2 vacations per year, and you got Uncle Sam paying for the whole thing. Plus, you get a lot of cash in your pocket, right? Again, your own CPA is going to look at you and say, whose side are you on? And so again, you can validate that for yourself. And I encourage you to do all 3. Google it, buy best-selling books on it, go see a local CPA, and you're going to forever say, Todd, I will never forget the day you told me about this, because my family has now been saving $5 to $6 grand every year ever since. 10 years later, that's 50 to 60 grand. 20 years later, that's 120,000 something dollars. If you invest the money, now you're talking 300 grand, right? And you're going to point back to, man, I'll never forget the night I was on there. The guy was kind of losing his voice. He was waving his arms. He was talking kind of fast. But the one thing I picked up on is I could save a lot of money in taxes. I went and validated that information with my own CPA, and it has changed our lives in a significant way. Now, from there, you can decide to build the business. I want to go out and tell a few who tell a few. And if you tell 3 people, guess what? They're going to tell 3 people, and their people tell people, their people tell people. It's what I call the social sharing ripple effect. Now, this is something you've done your entire life. The entire movie industry, when the movie industry has a new movie coming out, they advertise the movie big time before it hits the theaters. Once it hits the theaters, they quit advertising. Why? Because it no longer matters what they say on television. It's all going to be driven on word of mouth. If I go to the movie and you say, did you go to that movie? Yeah. How was it? Oh my gosh. It was amazing. Unbelievable. Now you go to the movie. P-Blast, did you go to the movie? Oh my gosh. It was amazing. Unbelievable. All of that word of mouth buzz of people telling people drives billions of dollars in revenue to the movie theater. You've done this your whole life for free. Facebook and Instagram took advantage of this. So when you think about Facebook and Instagram, they have never, ever advertised, ever, in any way, shape, or form. And yet they have 3 billion users. How do you get 3 billion people to sign up when you've never advertised? And you think back and you're like, oh yeah, that's right, I forgot. I invited my friends invited their friends, their friends invited their friends, their friends invited their friends. Notice the rings keep getting bigger. And their friends invited their friends invited their friends, and so on. It's like dropping a rock in the pond and you see the ripples spread. And the bigger those ripples get, the bigger the check our company's going to write you every single week. Well, guys, the number one thing shared on social media is travel. Nobody goes on vacation without doing a photo dump. And when your friends and family are on vacation, you're going to know about it. Now, here's the difference. When people travel with us, they're not just posting the pictures of their vacation. They're posting, you are not going to freaking believe what I paid for this trip. I am here for $49. And their friends are like, whoa, hold on. How'd you get that place for $49? It's this travel thing I joined. What travel thing? Tell you what, I'm going to send you a video. Check it out. I want to invite you to one of the live pricing demonstrations, get you on one of the Zooms. You got to go see your CPA. You're going to save a fortune on taxes. And here we go. They get involved. They go on a trip. Next thing you know, they're posting on social media. You're not going to believe what we're here for. People are like, why would you pay? Oh, you wouldn't believe it if I told you. How'd you get that rate? It's this travel thing I joined. And then here we go, right? The ripple effect continues and it begins to spread. And as it spreads, you're going to make money off all that activity. Now, why does that matter? Because of the quote here on the screen. This is Warren Buffett. He happens to be the 5th richest man in the entire world. And he says, unless you find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until the day you die. Now, again, the reason that matters is because that is not what is being taught at school. You're being taught, go to school, get good grades, get a degree, get a job. It's all going to be okay. And people have figured out it ain't going to be okay. It ain't going to be okay. That's why the fastest growing segment of the global economy is the gig economy. 70 million people in these United States have already signed up for a side hustle. 20 million more will sign up in the next 4 years, not because they want to, but because they have to. Because the idea of what I've been doing is no longer paying the bills. Now you got mom and dad both working a full-time job and they're driving Uber on the weekend. Now, I want you to think about Uber for a moment, okay? Because again, I got nothing against Uber. We take all kinds of Ubers. And when I get in an Uber, the driver's vetted. The driver had to turn in a driver's license. They did a background check. They can't have any, criminal record, and they're good drivers and all those other kind of things, right? So when I get in the back of an Uber, I know who the driver is. They're vetted. They have no idea who I am, okay? And you were taught your whole life. You don't pick up hitchhikers. You don't pick up strangers, right? Have you ever seen The Godfather? You don't want to be the guy in the front seat with the guy in the back seat, okay? And I'm not trying to be morbid. I'm just being a little funny here about they take a risk. And yet they do it. Why? Because they got to make some money. They don't have a choice. So they're doing Uber and Lyft and DoorDash and Instacart. They're doing Airbnb. They're doing podcast videos, TikTok videos. They're doing YouTube videos. They're selling stuff on Amazon and eBay, all of these crazy things. But none of those things make you money while you sleep. None of them do. We do. Here on the screen, I was just in Memphis, Tennessee this past weekend with Pastor Deborah Taylor. I should say Ambassador Deborah Taylor. And I was there with ambassadors, Ava and Gracie. Now, Gracie wasn't there, but Ava was. Now, this whole thing was started by Deborah and her husband, her late husband, Guy. And so Deborah's got her own position. She's crushing it. Her husband, Guy, got involved separately with our business, okay, and decided to build a business. He got to about $2,000 a month. Well, then he had a lot of health issues. And, May, 3 years ago, this May, he went to be with the Lord. And although Pastor Guy was gone, that $2,000 per month check he'd built, that check was not gone. That check remained. That check keeps coming in every single month. And that check is going to go to whoever you tell the company to send it to. It can go to your wife or your husband, your spouse. It can go to your kids, your grandkids. You want to leave it to your neighbor. You want to leave it to the church. You want to give it to your dog, your goldfish, right? You want to leave it to your parrot. I mean, whoever you tell us to leave the check to, that's who the check goes to, okay? Well, Deborah was doing so well, she said, hey, give the check to my granddaughters, Ava and Gracie. Now, I was with Ava at the event in Memphis, Tennessee. I mean, she is the cutest little girl you're ever going to meet in your entire life. I mean, she is an absolute just treasure. I mean, absolutely crappy. The girl needs to be in commercials or acting or something. I mean, she's just this dynamic personality. When you meet her, you're going to be like, oh my gosh. I mean, she's just an absolute treat. Incredibly special. And guys, I apologize. I thought I had the picture. Here we go. Found the picture. So here we go. This is Ava. That's Ava. Okay. She's wearing my ring, my 2-star ring. Okay. So that's Ava right there. Now, when Pastor Guy died, Deborah said, hey, take the $2,000 check, give it to Ava and Gracie. We'll put it into a trust account. The money will get invested on their behalf. Well, remember the social sharing ripple effect I talked about? People talking about, oh my gosh, you're not going to believe how much money I saved. And then they tell people, then their people tell people. So the check was $2,000 a month when he died. 31 months later, his check is $14,000 a month. He's increased his income by $12,000 per month since he went to be with the Lord. Now, again, all of that money is going into a trust account for Ava and Gracie. It's getting invested every single month. So when you see this picture, pull it up again, of Ava, she's a millionairess. She's a millionairess because of what her granddad did before, he went to be with the Lord. And one last ditch effort. He told a few people how to save money on travel. They told a few people. He got to a couple of grand a month. He then goes to be with the Lord. The check's now $14,000 a month. Come back and talk to me in 6 months. The check will be $20,000 a month. Talk to me in a year. The check will be $30,000 a month. That check's getting invested every month on behalf of Ava and Gracie. They don't get touched the money to their 20s. They are millionairesses, right? That's what you call legacy. This is Holy Week, by the way. Tomorrow's Holy Thursday. Friday, Good Friday, Sunday's going to be Easter. If you are a believer, there's an incredible proverb. A good man or woman leaves an inheritance not just to their children, but to their children's children. You should always do things with the intention of leaving something behind for the generations behind me, right? Guys, that's what this is. It's generational income. This is the kind of thing they're going to have to start teaching in school because the old model is no longer working. People need to learn the residual income model, where when you get to a certain level, for example, I got Dr. Phyllis Terry. I just did a Zoom for her a moment ago. She's 15 people away from ambassador. She's 15 people away from having a $10,000 plus per month residual check. She could take the next 6 months off, and the only thing that's going to happen is the checks are going to continue to come in, and her checks going to start keep going up, right? The work she does today is not to, get the income. It's to get to the next level of income because her income is residual. That's what people are going to have to learn how to do. And I'm only spending some time on this because this is the one area that some people, because you've been taught a certain way your whole life, right? You've been taught, over and over and over again what to do. I swear somebody went, you will go to school. You will get a job that barely pays your bills. You will be in massive debt most of your life. Stay away from anything that could possibly make you some money. I swear somebody did that to people along the way, right? Because they're entrenched in the way it used to be done. Guys, there's no money in following the crowd, right? And I'm probably overkill at that point now, so let's move on. So here's the mechanics of our competition program. It begins by you going out there and getting 3, right? I tell 3 people, I'm now earning $135 per month. How much is my membership? $135 a month. And so they take your membership right out of the commissions that you're earning, no longer coming off your credit card, no longer costing you anything on an ongoing basis. You got the membership for free. You got the travel points for free. You got everything for free. Okay. All because you told 3. Now from there, you go out and get a 4th person, 2 on the left, 2 on the right, want to keep the legs even. Now let's assume that you come with me on vacation, right? So next month I'm going to Kazakhstan. I'm going to Dubai. I'm going to the Maldives. I'm going to Singapore, right? We're going to be gone a few weeks. So you come with me and we're going to go on vacation, have some fun. When you come back from vacation, you find out that your 4 people all told a couple people each. And you're like, oh my gosh, I got 8 platinum customers in my left leg. I got 8 platinum customers in my right leg. I'm now earning $400 to $700 a month residual income, whether I work or not. Well, from there, if your 8 customers on each leg were to refer a couple people each, you do the same thing. You've now got 25 platinum customers in your left leg, 25 in your right leg. You are now ballpark a couple grand a month. By the way, this is where Pastor Guy Taylor was when he went to be with the Lord. And so clearly his business continued to grow. It wasn't him, right? And so the 25 on each side, social sharing ripple effect is real. They told a few people each, the 25 turned into 63 on each side. And you got 63 customers in the left leg, 63 customers in the right leg. You are now earning ballpark $3,000 something a month. In fact, I was talking to Lorraine. I think she said her income last month was $3,500. So no, she just became 3-star. It wasn't her. Must have been Dr. Renee. That her income was $3,500 last month in real money. Now, your 63 customers on each side, if they just refer 1 customer each, now you got 125 customers on each side. You are now making $4,000 to $5,000 per month. And if you just get just half of the 125 to refer 1 person each, you are now an ambassador. This is what Dr. Phyllis, she's 15 people away, which means she'll probably have it this week, right? The next 7 days, she's going to be our newest ambassador. By the way, last week, it was Keith Brown. But by the way, Keith was a city bus driver, drove the bus for the city of Chicago. But now he doesn't drive bus anymore, right? Because he makes over $10,000 per month residual income with us, and the check is going up, not down. Come back and talk to me in 6 months. We'll be talking about Keith Brown making 17 grand a month. Talk to me in a year. Oh yeah, Keith's at 30 grand a month, right? His income is growing dynamically. So not only is it residual income, the check keeps going up. Again, whose side are you on? So again, you get to this level, you got $9,000 to $11,000 a month residual income coming in. The average check looks like what you see here on the screen. So this is the average ambassador check, $10,440 per month. Although in the last 2 months, this check has actually been 12 grand. And so last month, the ambassador power up bonus was $2,800, not $1,700. and this bonus was like 1,500. And so again, last month the ambassadors made 12 grand, not 10,400. And that's actually been 2 months in a row. Now, when you become an ambassador, you're going to get the Louis Vuitton experience. It's where the company takes you shopping at Louis Vuitton. It's incredible. You're also going to get 2 more vacations per year for free, completely for free. And these 2 vacations also include airfare. And so you got a vacation with the product, a 4- and 5-star vacation once every 6 to 7 months. Now I got 2 more vacations from the company completely for free. These include airfare. Now, by the way, if you have your spouse in the program and they tell 3 people, now you got 6 vacations per year. You're going on a vacation once every other month for virtually nothing. And that's where my wife and I are. We go on a vacation once every other month someplace, right? Just because. I mean, we have the time to do it. We have the money to do it, but it didn't even cost us money because we get to go for next to nothing. We trade in our free travel points. Now, from there, when you become an ambassador, the company's going to give you an additional position completely free of charge. Okay. It doesn't cost you anything. It's free. Now, you don't have to build it. You can say, you know what? I got my 2 legs. I'm doing great. My income's 10 grand a month, 20 grand a month, 30 grand a month, 40 grand a month. I'm good. I don't need to go build that new spot. But for a lot of you, you're going to go on vacation like I just did. I was just in Memphis, Tennessee, and I met a guy who was an Uber driver, and he coaches football, basketball. He's got a great kid, looking for a way to make extra money. He was on our Zoom presentation last night. He's already watched a couple of our videos. We were talking today. He's going to probably come on board and sign up. Well, guess what? I'm going to put him in my brand new position. Next thing you know, I'm going to have 8 on the left, 8 on the right, and I'm making $400 to $700 a month. Then they refer a couple of customers each. I got 25 on each side. Now I'm making a couple of grand a month. That's where Pastor Guy Taylor was. And then it just continues to grow. Well, next thing you know, I'm going to be at $10,000 per month in income on my brand new position. And my original position might be 20 grand a month, 30 grand a month. Well, when I get to 10 grand a month on the new second position, they give me another brand new position. Guys, there's no limit to how many times you can go out and do this. You can do this over and over and over again. The only question is, what is your willingness to go out and share the blessing with other people? And I say it that way on purpose because it is, in fact, a blessing. The people, the CEO and founder, when he told my wife and I, it has absolutely changed our life. We told Daryl and Maria Roberts about it. And again, I mean, every time I get on a Zoom with them, they're like, Todd and Gina, one more time. From the bottom of our heart, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Not only have we saved a fortune traveling, but we've now told a few who told a few that Dale and Maria Roberts will earn over $500,000 in income this year. I say that not to brag, but to just impress upon you that, guys, people are flat out getting paid. We have a lady in Kazakhstan. She's been with our company 7 months. Now, guys, this is not the typical experience. Almost no one has ever done this before in our company, ever. But in 7 months, she became a 1-star ambassador. Her check last month was $17,335. No one's ever done it that fast, ever. So I don't want to give you the impression that you're going to do that. But she did it. And more we're seeing people. We have another group of people in our company in their second year. They'll make over 500 grand in their second year. They make more money than brain surgeons, more money than cardiologists in their second year in the business. And guys, it's residual income. They're not having to go to the hospital all day tomorrow. They don't have to be there first thing in the morning, be there all day, doing the brain surgery, carrying the malpractice insurance, which costs about $100 grand a year, by the way, doing the chart work at night. No, they're simply enjoying their life. They're going and doing what they want, when they want, with whom they want, anytime they want, right? It's a different kind of income. There's not a single heart surgeon. There's not a single brain surgeon who would not want to be Daryl and Maria Roberts, because they have Daryl and Maria make more money and they have the most incredible lifestyle because they can do what they want, when they want, with whom they want. So I just want to encourage you to get back with whoever invited you to be here and find out more about our company. Because again, everything I shared with you tonight, you can go out and validate for yourself. And as we kind of finish up here, I'm going to grab a few people if I can. I'm just sending you a request to become a panelist. If you don't want to come on, don't worry about it. No big deal. I didn't line anybody up ahead of time. I'm just taking a stab in the dark here in case you are available to come on and share your story. If you are, that'd be fantastic. I'm just grabbing a few people as I see them here. In fact, I see you, Anthony Mitchell. You didn't hang up fast enough, by the way, buddy. So you just got one. Let's see what else we got here. I see Mr. Kyle Thrower. Let's send one over you to Kyle. Again, I didn't ask anyone to come on, so no big deal. If your hair ain't combed, you don't want to come on camera, I totally get it, right? Totally get it. No pressure to come on. All right, here we go. I see Mr. Jeff Trayfoot here. I want to make Jeff a co-host. In fact, Jeff, I want to congratulate you. Your business is absolutely exploding. In fact, guys, if you guys don't know, Jeff and his wife, Heather, were both truck drivers, and they are no longer truck drivers. So they were truck drivers living on the road, kind of hating life because it beats you up. And Jeff, I don't want to steal your thunder. You can describe what it's like to drive truck and how physically demanding that is and how tough that is to do. But you're not doing it anymore. So Jeff, you don't mind, quickly, have you saved some money traveling, and tell me about your business?
Well, yeah, Todd. I mean, every time we talk, it's amazing the opportunity. And I think the lucky stars that a few years back you reached out to us and we caught up, and yeah, we started out just saving a little bit of money. We probably saved close to 10 grand in 5 trips. We've done everything from booking at the wholesale rate to getaways. We were at the world tour in January in Miami, and we're looking forward to the world tour in Key West in August. And yeah, about a month ago, we hung up the keys. You know, I drove truck with that business for almost 25 years, and physically, it just takes a toll on your body. And I'm enjoying the fact that we're home every night. And yeah, business is booming as the three of us talked about earlier today. We're up to over 4,500 and keep on growing strong. You're muted, Todd.
I say, guys, that's not volume. That's customers. They're not talking about 4,500 volume. They got 4,500 customers on the books, people that are excited, people that are saving money, changing their life. And again, obviously, Jeff, this has already changed your guys' life. I mean, getting you both out of the truck, right? You're no longer, away from each other, apart from each other all the time, driving the truck, getting beat up, doing those kind of things. You're now at home, and it's a whole new life. It's a whole new lease on life. And I want to congratulate you. I want to go to my buddy Anthony Mitchell here. Got to hang out with this guy in Miami. We were up in Daryl Maria's big butt suite. I can't believe I almost said that. This is a G-rated show. And they're big suite. We were hanging out together. But Anthony, from your perspective, I mean, what excites you about Travorium?
Well, first of all, Todd, thanks for allowing me to share on your call tonight. You never know what's going to happen when we got you or Daryl or any of the leaders on the line, invite you in. What I'm excited about is, Gary Thompson, a good friend of mine, told me about this company, and it took me about 6 months actually to make a decision, which was kind of rough. And I've actually been involved for 6 months, but I got started at the platinum level, and my wife also got started at the platinum level, which was an exciting thing for us. We went to Miami, to really get a feel. And when we went there, the doors were blown off for us because we really got to see the big picture, what Travorium is doing and how the advantage is for us to be involved with this. When you talk about this, like, Netflix, it is. Nobody really knows about us yet. That's the most exciting thing. So I'm running with my shoes on. I told Daryl and them I got to wear sunglasses. My future's so bright, and I'm just excited about where we're going. So I'm going to see you next month in Vegas, get the OG training. So I'm excited about what's on the horizon for me and my family and the individuals that we get involved with us in Travorium. So thank you.
Anthony, I mean, you're an unbelievably talented guy. Your business is growing. There's no doubt you're going to be an ambassador and one-star ambassador and all those other kind of things. And always love having you on. It's going to be great hanging out with you again. And if I think about that, right? I mean, we don't live close to each other, but this is twice within 3 months we're going to see each other. Once in Miami, then we're going to see each other in Vegas. We'll probably see each other in Vegas again in July. And then I'm going to we decided to go to Hawaii with Daryl Maria. So I don't know if you're planning on going to their world tour training in Hawaii, but if you do, we'll be hanging out there together on the beach.
Awesome. Look forward to it.
I'd say the next guy I want to throw this over to is Kyle Thrower. Guys, Kyle has worked in the resorts industry in Las Vegas, Nevada. So this is a place, a town, Las Vegas, where people fly in on their private planes from all over the world. They know all about entertaining people. They know all about how to put on the show and the resorts and all the gold and the glitz and the glitter. And Kyle spent a lifetime in that environment. And so this is a guy who knows something about what it's like to have nice places, right? Nice accommodations. So Kyle, how many trips have you been on with the company now?
32 and two two in the planning stages, but they're paid for.
And you and I were just in Puerto Vallarta together.
That was a great trip. One thing that's sort of hard is trying to pick and choose what's the best trips you had. So pretty much most of the Mexico trips that I've had have been my favorites. And each one, the amenities are so different. The view is so different. The different people that you meet and the staff that treats you wonderful is so different. It's hard to judge and say which one's the best. 5 days there, I only paid $299 for the 5 days and an all-inclusive. Made new Travorium family friends there. We're keeping in touch. It's everything's just great about it. And I mean, this is just one vacation out of over 100 world tours, but you could also book these type of trips yourself that you don't have to be with the group and have wonderful experiences. I feel totally blessed just to be part of the company and see it grow so much, and so many people have come online with the company. I love it. And thank you for Todd for the great presentation and just opening my eyes to see how great the company is.
Yeah, and Kyle, I know it's for some people it's kind of, again, it's a paradigm shift, right? I mean, sometimes just from a travel perspective, because people are used to booking Expedia, Priceline, not knowing that it's a monopoly, that they're fixing the price, they're jacking the price up. So that's different for some people than for other people. Being taught, one way, right? Go to school, get a degree, get a job. And here we got people in their second year making more money than cardiologists, making more money than brain surgeons. It's residual. Come back and talk to me in a year, 2 years. They'll be over $1 million a year. I mean, guys, this is a place where average people with above average ambition can make their dreams come true. And whether that dream is to travel for less, just, buy a membership. Whether that dream is to travel for virtually free, hey, refer a few people. Or whether that dream is to make a little extra money or to make a lot of money. Again, you can validate every aspect of our program. And if you guys are not part of our Dream Life page on Facebook, you can only get there if you're invited. Okay. You have to be invited. You can look for it, but you can't find it. It's invisible. You have to be invited. Someone has to specifically send you an invitation because it's a private page, which means you can't find it in search. But if you would like to be a part of that page, simply reach out to Kyle or to me or Daryl, Maria, reach out to Deborah Taylor, Ambassador Taylor, Pastor Mel Keys, Dr. Renee, Doc and Lorraine Finley, Willie Ann, whoever your leader might be, reach out to Jeff and Heather, reach out to somebody and say, hey, how do I get on that page he was referring to? Because by the way, guys, we're doing some incredible things on that page, uploading amazing content, the kinds of trips that people have been on, people's stories of, what they're doing and how it's changed their life. And we're going to continue to populate that page every day where, this is a one place if you're trying to show somebody the business or you're trying to learn more about our business, man, on this page, I can just scroll and click on one thing after the next and see all the kinds of trips that people have taken, see the lives that are being changed, the income that's being made. You can read about all the latest articles. And guys, there's a ton of articles out there of different financial experts that are pointing out to people, ringing the alarm bell. Well, the old model is no longer working. And so sometimes when you start to read those articles and hear from some of those different financial experts, you're like, man, it wasn't just that guy on the Zoom saying that. I mean, this is true. And this is why we're feeling it. Most people are feeling it. Most people are today in society, they're frustrated. And they're not even sure who to be frustrated at. Is it the Republicans? Is it the Democrats? Is it the union? Is it inflation? Is it China? All I know is that I keep working harder and harder and I'm not keeping up, right? I'm working harder and harder and I'm not keeping up because things keep getting more and more expensive. The money that I have doesn't go as far. And I get this shrinking lifestyle, not a growing lifestyle, although I'm working harder than I've ever worked before. And people are frustrated. They don't know why. And when you get on this page, you'll be like, okay, now I'm beginning to realize why. I just thought it was me. I mean, no, I mean, guys, this is everybody. And that the economy's shifting like it always does. Nothing ever stays the same. You guys may not know this, but there was a time, if you went back to the early 1900s, nobody had a job. Nobody. Everybody was self-employed. They were farmers. They were merchants. They might have been blacksmiths, right? But I mean, most people were self-employed. Now, a few people had jobs, but predominantly they didn't. Well, then, came the Industrial Revolution, and then go get a job, then go get a degree. And that became the hot thing. And right now we're just kind of, the pendulum swung this way, and now it's starting to swing back the other way. And today, showing people how to have a side hustle and where they can make residual income. This is the skill set of the 21st century. And if, number one, you should be asking yourself, is that true? I mean, if you're just on here, like listening for the first time, I mean, I would say it's incumbent upon you to discover, hey, if that was true, I need to know about that. My family's financial future depends on that. So if that's true, I need to know. If you come to our page, Dream Life, we're posting the articles. We're posting the various financial experts that are walking through the numbers, and you're like, that's true. That's true. Oh my gosh, you're right. Wages are only up this much, and yet the cost of a home has gone up by 175%. Wages have gone up 24%. That's why people, I mean, they're building an entire housing community where I live, and they're only going to rent them because people can't afford to buy them. They can't qualify for the loan. And so again, this is kind of becoming a financial epidemic across the United States and around the world. And this is why people are looking for an extra way to make money. So, hey guys, I belabored that point, killed it. We're top of the hour. Normally we don't go this long. I bloviated way too long tonight, but I appreciate all of you that are still here. I hope you got some value from it. Again, if you're not part of Dream Life, you can reach out to me and say, hey, Todd, how do I become part of Dream Life, or any of the other people that are on here? But I appreciate you guys being here tonight. And we're going to be back tomorrow night with Danny Seguinal. He's got a phenomenal story. He worked at the hospital up in Canada, became a customer for a year, saved a fortune on travel, began to tell other people. Now he's got a multiple six-figure income from his phone. He travels the world and having a great time. So you want to be here tomorrow night with Danny. On Saturday, we're going to have a live pricing demonstration. Okay. You can go to learnthistraining.com and get the information. But on Saturday at 12 o'clock California time, 3 o'clock East Coast time, we're going to do the live pricing demonstration at meetupworldwide.com. So again, it's 4 words. Meet up, that's 2 words. Meetupworldwide.com. Like we're going to meet up at a hotel. Meetupworldwide.com. So again, meetupworldwide.com. That's 12 o'clock California time, 3 o'clock East Coast time. We'll be doing a live pricing demonstration, Expedia versus us side by side. You got to see it with your own eyes to believe it. We're going to have the training on Saturday. And so I know that this is Holy Week. Tomorrow's Holy Thursday. Friday's Good Friday. Sunday is Resurrection Day. But if you come to the training, we're going to try to resurrect your bank account. All right. So our training on Saturday is about resurrecting your bank account. And so, again, you've got a couple different things happening on Saturday you can plug into. But I appreciate you guys so much. Have a great evening and God bless. Bye, everybody.
Take care, Jeff, Anthony, Todd.
Take care, everybody.
Yeah,
All
I
right,
see
you
somebody
guys have a
here.
great night.
Michael. Hey, Michael, I'm going to keep the chat open for a moment. So, Michael, you want me to email Chevy Power? So I can write that down. Hey, Michael, if you're still there, by the way, buddy, just take down my number, 951-445-9500. Again, 951-445-9500. Again, 951-445-9500. We have to become friends on Facebook so that I can send you the link to the page. But I'm going to try to take down your email address here right now and send that to you as well. All right. Bye, everybody.